So have you ever had just like one of those weeks in iRacing? Blah. Of course you have. We all have, haven't we? Let's be honest. And not just in iRacing, sometimes in life in general, and sometimes not just weeks. Sometimes it goes on for much, much longer. Now in this video, I'm going to share with you my disaster week 2. I'm going to show you some progress or lack of it, basically. I'm going to show you what I tried. I'm going to share some crashes. I'm going to share GT3 people just doing GT3 things. But I'm going to show you how it actually turned around towards the end of the week. So do stick around. Grab a coffee or a herbal tea, whatever you enjoy. Get comfortable and enjoy this journey with me. All of your support is really appreciated. And if any point in this video, if you like what you see, I would really appreciate a like, a share, and make sure you're subbed for more great content. About 85% of you lovely people aren't subscribed, so please do subscribe for more great content. And without further ado, let's get on with today's video. So as you can see, I've left some crashes in the background. Not a lot of them, to be fair, involving me. This isn't really where my sort of hit came from this week. It wasn't really from mistakes as such. There was one race where it was fortunate enough to be starting near the front of the grid in GT3. Someone else made a mistake in front of me, ended up being parked across the track as I came around the corner. Hit him, got damaged, pitted. I did take a bit of a hit on that one. Always ultra frustrating when it's not your fault, especially right at the beginning of the race and seemingly nothing you can do about it. You get back to the pits, you come out laps behind, you end up finishing, I think I ended up finishing 16th out of 18th, and I should have been about 4th. So took a really big hit on that one. For the rest of the week, it wasn't really anyone's doing as such. It was just me qualifying sort of towards the back and staying towards the back. Sometimes, you know, one of the races in particular, I'd fought my way back up to about 6th place, and then on the last lap just made a mistake myself because I just lost concentration. Again, ultra frustrating. But the problem is that over the sort of course of the week previous to that, I'd had such an amazing week and got my iRating up. So just to give you some of the numbers, it was up to nearly 1700, which sports car, highest it's ever been for me. And then after a bit of a disaster, became down sort of almost below 1400. And this was one of the races that stung the most. I was looking forward to driving Watkins Glen. It was in the Rainmaster, which I hadn't done yet, and I wanted to give it a go. I love racing in the rain on iRacing. Real challenge, just enjoy it for some reason, just adds a new dimension to it. Don't know if you saw at the start of this formation lap, some guy in a white car just went herring off down the straight like he didn't even understand what the hell was going on, and it was him that caused this accident. So we're going around on the formation lap of all bloody things, going around the formation lap. You know, people make mistakes, I get it. I don't know why people spend so much time warming up their tyres and driving like idiots when they're next to someone, but they do. But the guy that sort of headed off like a bat out of hell ended up causing a crash further ahead, and super frustrating. You know, I'd done a little bit of practice. I'd got myself comfortable on the track with the car in the wet. Qualified not anywhere near the front, but was sort of, you know, it wasn't expected to be, going by my iRacing rating and number. I was just happy to have a race in the rain, just chill, you know, be safe. Always find myself picking up places in the rain because I enjoy being safe and take pride in being safe around other people, and find that other people sometimes make mistakes. So yeah, really looking forward to it. And then, as you'll see in a minute, you come around a corner, the guy's caused a pile up. I saw it, I stopped. I managed to avoid it, and then the car behind me not paying attention. So someone hit him, someone hit me. You know, that guy and his idiocy managed to ruin the race for about 5 or 6 people. I had way too much damage to carry on. I tried nursing it around to the pits, but didn't even get that far and ended up spinning out. So yeah, I mean, what a bonehead, and just one of those things that makes you wonder about iRacing, you know, and all the effort that you put into it, and is it really worth it? But then, on the flip side, you get other races where you suddenly realise why you do it, and all that positivity and all that sort of perseverance pays off, and you feel like you can turn it around and get back on track. And for me, the race I'm showing now was the one that turned it around. This race was so good. I started mid-pack, 7 out of 14. There was only 2 splits, and just look at some of this close racing right from the offset. There was some fantastic close racing. I made a mistake. Guy got in front of me. I was sandwiched between two Porsches for quite a while. Really watch this replay. Really enjoy it. Really sort of see how close it was and how respectful people were. And yeah, we were all fighting for positions, but it just helps when you can be confident that the people around you are not driving like idiots. And this was exactly what I needed at exactly the right time to restore some faith in iRacing and some faith in sim racing, and just put that fire back in my belly and a smile back on my face after just a little bit of a run of it where I wasn't really enjoying it as much as I should have been. So that's how the week finished, and compared to how the week started, super job. Like, you have those days, don't you, where it just feels like there's no point in it, and it just takes one or two good races for you to get back on track. So my focus this week, as you can see, was GT3s. I did one Formula race, and that's all I had time for. When I decided to sort of move up on the sports cars, get out the Mazdas, get out the BMW, and take advantage of the Mustang GT3. It's a fantastic sounding car. I love it. I don't even know if it's competitive in terms of BOP and GT3 and the way that it works. I've not seen very many Mustangs in high positions, but maybe if I want to compete better, I might have to change the car that I use. But for now, I'm loving it. So I love the Mustang. I don't use a setup. I don't use any fuel strategies. I just jump straight in, do a few laps of practice. So again, if I want to take it more seriously, then using fuel strategies and looking at setups is going to be something I need to look at. But this week I just really loved the tracks that were on offer using the GT3s. So there was the Ringmeister used it, there was Suzuka, there was Mugello, there was Road America, and there was just too much choice. And I think the problem is that I jump in and out because I want to use and take advantage of all these choices and use all the content that I've bought. Whereas if I wanted to do better, I should concentrate on one or two and practice more and not just jump in and out of races. I think that's the problem. I dipped in and out. My qualifying times weren't great. By the end of the race, they were always a lot better than they were at the start of the race. But there were some unfortunate incidents, and I did make a mistake or two. I did get caught up in some others that weren't my fault. But generally, it was starting near the end and finishing near the end. But I was quite happy that by the end of the race, my lap times had improved really, really well. So it moves me on to what's next for me, really, and how I'm looking to turn this around. I'm going to look into setups. I don't have the time or the brain capacity, really, to learn how to do them myself, but I'm going to look into where we can get some setups from. So that's definitely on my to-do list. I'm going to talk fuel strategies with a couple of people in our Discord and work out how I do that and get some sort of fuel calculation tool. I'm definitely going to practice more as well, and I'm definitely going to sort of niche down a little bit and focus on less championships and a bit more practice. So I hope you're enjoying the replay of this race. I will sort of commentate a little bit and let you know what was going on with me at this point. Now, the guy in front of me, I thought I was quicker than him, and I stayed right on his tail. You can see in the sort of overlay that the gap ahead didn't stay very big for very long. The guy behind me, on the other hand, I thought he was quicker than me. There was a few times when he looked like he had a bit of a run. Lucky for me, he didn't dive bomb. After a couple of corners, when I realised he wasn't going to dive bomb, that gave me the confidence really to sort of, like this one here, race my line and know that he's not going to sort of, I'm not shutting the door on him as such, but I'm racing my line, and I'm confident that he's not going to stick his nose in and ruin the race for both of us. So all the while sort of knowing that he was okay and he wasn't being an idiot, it allowed me to focus on catching the guy in front. And I was sandwiched between these two Porsches for quite a long time. You can see in part of the replays. And just while we're on the subject of the replays, just while I'm on the subject of the replays, I think these replays are really nice from iRacing. I think some of these camera angles, do the graphics justice. I know this is probably one of the newer tracks, so it's looking quite good. I think the weather looks good. I think the depth of field effects look good. The cars look great, and I'm not running this on full high settings yet. I am looking at a PC upgrade, so I'm quite excited about that. But yeah, I mean this race was how it should be. I'm still mid-pack. But I've got people to fight against. I've got someone in front of me to chase, and you can see as well by the sort of telemetry being monitored above, I'm consistently beating my best lap times. I couldn't get anywhere near below a 150 in the qualifying or the practice, I did get a 1:49.6, I think, in one of the races I did, but I was obviously getting towed around a little bit by a car in front. I managed to even get into the 1:48 in this race, and I did it just at the right time where I started to catch up this Porsche. Now, one of the best overtaking maneuvers I think I've done in the last couple of months is coming up soon on this race. I just managed to get a pull out of one of the corners, coming up to like a nice long straight, and then managed to get the move done and completed, and keep the inside line going into an S bend. I don't know the names of any of these corners. Maybe I'll learn them one day. Maybe I'm too old to learn anything new, but I don't know the names of any corners on any tracks, not even the ones I really love in the UK that I've been fans of for years. Don't know why. It's never really been something I've wanted to sort of focus on. But yeah, you can see I'm sort of still pursuing him. There's gaps, the gaps get smaller for a little bit. I do a couple of nice corners, then he pulls away for a little bit. But yeah, just really pleased that towards the end of this race I managed to get that move done. And this race not only restored my faith in iRacing, as a platform that you can jump into and have a lot of fun on. I mean, not that I ever didn't think that, but it's one of those things that when you have a little bad run of it, you forget. I think you forget why you do it, and you need one of these. Here comes the move. So yeah, managed to get a nice bit of pull coming out of that corner, side by side down here, and just managed to get that move completed and safely hit the apex of that one. And at that point, I never really looked back. But yeah, I think for me, every now and again, you need one of these races to restore your faith, and I really enjoyed it. I won't leave on the rest of the replay. There wasn't really much happening after this. I just managed to sort of create a bit of a gap, stay consistent, and then make sure I didn't make any mistakes until we'd finished the race. So ended up finishing 6th, I believe, in this one. And yeah, didn't gain hardly any iRating. I think I clawed back 6, but that's not what it was about. The feeling that it gave me and the excitement that this race gave me. I didn't have a single incident point, which was really encouraging, and I had that close race, with those guys for the first few laps. So that's what it was all about for me. So if you have enjoyed this content, please let me know in the comments. If you can recommend anywhere that I can look at for fuel strategy calculators or setups, then please do leave me some comments. Get in the Discord, get involved with community nights, make sure you sub. It really means a lot to me, and it really helps the channel to grow and encourages me to make more great content. So do have a look around the channel, check out some of the other videos on other sims. It'd be great to see you in the Discord, joining our community, getting involved with our races. Hopefully I'll see you on the track soon. I've been just another sim guy. You've been fantastic for sticking with me to the end. You are so appreciated, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.